In last year's 450 motocross shootout, the Suzuki rmz450 secured a second-place finish thanks to its lightning-quick steering and powerful motor. For 2013, the RMZ received a new separate function fork, chassis refinements, and more mid-range power. Could it be enough to push it to the head of the class for 2013?
Like last year, I felt like it kind of just revved out really quick in all the gears, throughout every gear. The new crank this year actually broadened out the power band and made it a little bit longer. So that was like huge, now like the biggest complaint I had last year is fixed.
The motor on that thing's really strong. It's got a decent low-end grunt, but the mid-range and the over-rev is really forgiving, whereas some of the bikes you would have to change gears. It just works. It works great.
It turns good. It turns tight. If you want to turn tight, I feel like if I got used to it, I could really turn tight on that thing, maybe better than I usually can.
Everyone talks about how great the Suzuki's corner, and it's true. I was able to get through corners on the Suzuki on an inside line that I wasn't able to do on some of the other bikes, and it really does corner well.
It cornered in the ruts, but to get on the flat corners and things like that, it just seemed like it would either push or break loose, and I couldn't really put it where I wanted it to go.
It doesn't hold through the whoops as good as, say, the Cowie or actually all of them. It wants to get a little bit loose, more so than the others.
It gets a little sketchy in the high-speed whoop sections, but nothing it didn't do anything weird or random on me. It worked well.
But it's starting to almost feel a little outdated with how wide it feels where you're sitting compared to other bikes that have made changes. And I think they could definitely benefit from a facelift, but that said, it works.
During our testing, the Moto USA crew had issues with the twitchy front end on the super rough and fast sections of the track. In the corners, the Suzuki was a killer, but on the rest of the track, it fell slightly behind in the rankings. And what might be the biggest bombshell of this test, the rmz450 finishes 5th in this year's shootout.